Today we are flying the F3H Demon. A bit late on this, because I didn't really have time to make this thing, or at least the video. But the plane itself is actually pretty solid. It's 9.3, tier 6, American line. And it's fast, it turns really well, it doesn't compress. It rolls well, the rudder is so responsive it makes you miss. It has 4 missiles and the guns are amazing. The only problem is, and with a lot of the newer planes, that the speed bleed is horrendous. And it makes it kind of tedious to fly this thing properly, because this thing is made to go fast. The moment you start bleeding speed, you will bleed all of it as soon as you have to go defensive. Just shot that missile a bit too early. That's whatever. But the speed bleed, it's a problem. It really is, because you can't really stick on people, and even though you turn really well, if you try to turn with someone, you will bleed all your speed, and you will very easily get third party. So this thing invites you to play very passively, because, well, it just loses so much speed. It feels a lot like the Super Mystere B2. Except these guns are a lot more usable, they're a lot faster. They're some of the fastest 20 mils in the game, with more than 1,000 meters a second of velocity, which makes them really easy to lead. So you get the Hunter over here, I pitch in, nah, I'm not gonna hit that. So I drop my flaps to just get over that tree, and I just make it rip a flap off though, which is unfortunate, because if you rip one of the flaps off, the inward flaps, the leading edge flap will also not work anymore. So when I press my V now, only the left one will extend, which is annoying because it makes for asymmetrical lift and it makes your plane roll when you don't want it to. I'm not too sure if this is accurate or if this is just a gaijin thing because the game thinks your flap is ripped off, that you can't use the other flap anymore either. But it is what it is, it doesn't work, so I'll have to deal with it whether it's accurate or not. And you can see at the scoreboard that we're not in the best situation right now. And the biggest problem with this is that they have a lot of F104s, SU7s, which can really easily run this thing down. I mean, they run everything down that is in a 9.7, and even most 9.7s they run down. It's just extremely noticeable in this thing, because once people start outrunning you, it's the exact same as with the Super Mystere. You will have to dodge them, and once you start dodging, your acceleration does not make up for your speed loss, and they will slowly start catching you. And the more you maneuver, the more speed you lose. So it depends a bit on how much they shoot and how close they are. If they are outside of 2 kilometers, you can outrun them, you can out accelerate them, and you can easily keep the boom and zoom up. But once they start getting closer and they start spraying their 50 cals, for example, you have to dodge it. And if you have to dodge the shells, you are basically done. So the plane forces you to play extremely passively, and at the same time it loses speed very easily. So even playing passively is a chore in this thing. And it's not because you can stick on someone, because you can. And if you're the guy that like wants to get 1 or 2 kills out of a match, this thing is perfect. But if you're looking for a plane that can try to carry, have these long ass games, just like this one, you can tell that like when I try to turn, I basically have to tap my elevator or I just fall out of the air. It's the exact same as the Super Mystere, and I will make that comparison plenty of times more in this video. It's kind of fitting that Razor is flying his Super Mystere, but he's got like 2,000 kills in the thing. He's an actual mad lad. But this thing, it's a bit of a chore to play, really. But it's good. So it might also just be, well, it is me. It's also me just not liking the thing. But I'm not calling it bad, not by any stretch of the imagination. It's just very hard to get good, consistent footage out of it. It's definitely good as a support plane. So you can come in and out, you have exceptional guns, you got 4 of those missiles, and you can turn. So if someone needs help, you can basically always get the shot off, which is very important for a support plane. And of course the missiles also do help with that. The guns can be a bit inconsistent, but overall it's basically just this: you hit him, he's dead. Of course this is a Hunter FGA9, which is probably one of the tankiest planes at this BR. So take it with a grain of salt. Most people you hit, they explode, they vaporize, something happens to them that makes them not be able to return to base. And right now it's just us 2 left. My whole team is dead. They got quite a few people left. They got an F104, an SU7, which are actually quite a problem in this thing. As I said before, just because they can outrun you, making your complete boom and zoom tactic basically obsolete. And when you're basically one trick pony, and if they obsolete your one trick, you're in a little bit of trouble. Here comes the F104 and the SU7. They're both going below us, so which makes it so that I can dive on them. I won't be able to catch them though, but at this point I was hoping that they would turn back to base or do something else. They're not doing it, and now I see a guy pop up on my radar on the right. That's the F5. I'm basically ignoring him because the Razor has stabs on him and he's telling me what he's doing. So I'm not too worried about him. The moment he starts going for me, I will hear it and I will look at him. And right now, a bit of a tough situation. There's two supersonics and an F5, and this combination is extremely painful in this thing. So it's a bit of luck involved over here. Hazy finally crashes after being invisible missiled by the F40. It only took him about 4 minutes to crash. He got missiled on, or missiled quite early on in the video. And now I got the F104 behind me. I got the S27. I'm not gonna catch him, but I'm just trying to push him away for this time, so that Razor can engage the F104. F5 comes back. I decide it's not worth chasing this guy because, well, it's an SU7. He's easily going to outrun me. So I'm just gonna break off. Contemplating if I should shoot a missile at this point. Decide it's not worth. He's probably gonna dodge it. It's too far away. He's going very fast. He has all the time in the world to dodge it, so I'm not gonna shoot it. MiG-17 crashes in the background, which is great. F104 coming in. He has that weird ass roll where he can just dodge it, shoot in. I'm not gonna do anything with that. F5 comes in. Shoot a little bit of a burst. I have plenty of ammo. Shoot one of his wings off. And he's gonna be dying. He's not gonna recover that. F5 without a wing. Good luck landing it. Sometimes you can do it, but looking at the way he is tilted, it's not going to happen. The problem is, if you shoot someone's wing off, if you crit them to a very significant margin, if they hit the map border, they get thrown out of that plane. So I'm asking him to bail out. There's no chance he's gonna dodge the map border, so I asked him to bail out, to give me some RP, because I'm still trying to spade this thing. But instead, he's just gonna opt for flying into the map border, get thrown out of the plane, and ignore or deny me the kill. Which a lot of people are doing lately. They really like to just not give you the kill. I'm not sure why people do it. You're dead anyway, just give the other guy some RP. I don't need it most of the time, so I really don't care at all, because it just saves me the ammo. But I think it would be fair to sometimes bail out anyway. There you go, he crashes, he got map boarded. SU7 comes in. That F40 without a wing is still giving us trouble. Here comes the shot. Long ball it and just shoot off his wing. Flies into the water. And that's an SU7 down. Which is pretty important here, because the F104 is now landing and the MiG-17 that crashed is actually repairing. So Razor's gonna RTB, he's in a not in a min fuel, he doesn't have a lot of fuel left. And the super missile starts overheating quite badly. So we decided to straight out. I was gonna rush the airfield to intercept the MiG-17 coming to the base. And maybe take out the F104 as he's landing. Because the F104 with a new fuel tank, or full fuel tank, is gonna be a big problem for us. He's gonna have full ammo, 750 rounds of Vulcan. And this thing isn't very durable. So what do? I'm gonna not web as much because I don't want to burn my engine up. And I'm going to need my engine when I'm going to fight the MiG-17, because I didn't know at this point that he was repaired. But because he didn't show the little parachute on the scoreboard, I expected him to be repaired. Or he's just sitting on the runway doing nothing, but most people don't do that. So I'm just gonna get my altitude. I'm just hoping for the dot to pop up below me so I can actually boom and zoom him. Using the clouds to spot, because the white background makes it a little bit easier to see the dot, and there he is. Not sure if you could see him. Now you definitely can, because of the little box around him. Here we go, I have a decent amount of speed. Not really, but I'm above him, so I can kind of get away with it. Try to go for the head-on, get a hit. He starts to turn the other way, and look at my speed, it just bleeds and it bleeds and it bleeds. It just pisses away speed in this thing. Throttling down a little bit, because he's very slow as well. I'm losing my speed anyway, and I want to cool down his engine for when I actually do need the afterburner. And look how slow he is, he's not going to dodge this shot. I have plenty of ammo as well. I still have 400 left, and that's him out of the match. And now I rush the airfield, because I know that guy's on the runway. No idea why they give that thing a goddamn parachute as well, which makes the landing even easier. Because the F104 is basically only vulnerable when it's either out of fuel or out of ammo. So to give it such an instantaneous reload because of the parachute is kind of ridiculous. And I'm not going fast enough here to actually chase him, so I have to try to head on him. He of course knows this as well. So what he's going to do is just full commit head on with me. And I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to deal with a Vulcan like that. I'm going to loop over, and you can tell my speed is just pissing itself away. And at this point he's already going faster than me. And even the missile, like the angle is really bad. I'm still gonna try it. Maybe he's slow, maybe he's gonna, just hoping, but look, the ray is rolling. The aim-9B tries to lead it, but it doesn't lead enough. It leads the wrong direction. F104 rolls the other way, and he is out of town. He is completely free at this point. And the way we're going to have to kill this guy is with some luck. And I hope he's going to focus on one guy, so the other guy can take him by surprise. Of course, this is a hard thing to do when it's 2v1. Because the guy can easily take note of both of us. It's not like when it's 1v or 6v6. It's very easy to miss one of the little dots in the group. But when it's only 2 enemies, you know it's only 2 enemies, you're gonna be paying attention. So this is a very hard fight, in general at least. We got a bit lucky in this engagement. But overall this thing is very hard to play against these planes. Especially when I'm overheating, I can't really afterburn too much. Not sure what I'm doing right here. Oh wait, yeah, I was trying to pitch up in increments, but my mouse was still on the screen, so that looked a bit derpy. But you can tell the retention when I'm like doing a gradual climb is pretty decent. But of course, against the F104, it's nothing. And the F104 is just going to be running away. And all power to him, that's what he has to do. But to fight it, it's very annoying. Yeah, it's annoying to fly the F104 as well as to fight it. So it really should go to 10.0 as well as the SU-7. And I even think that the F100 should go to 10.0 as well. Of course, you might say they get clubbed, yeah. But it's better to get one plane that gets clubbed than one plane clubbing half the BR range, because that's something that's happening right now. And it's very unfortunate. It makes these planes very unenjoyable to fly, but I think you all are aware of that. It's a pain. Ray's just trying to spray him down with his Aidens. He has plenty of ammo and there's only one guy left. And if he hits one of those shells, he is basically toast. I decided to dive on him. I'm going to cut off his flight path. I'm going to be ending really close to him. I crit him because he's not paying attention. And at this point it's GG. But look at this defensive flying. Like, the plane is so maneuverable. It's really annoying to hit. Luckily I hit him again. Hit him once more. Still not dead. Flies into the ground. I'm going to count that as 6 kills because that F5, I should have gotten that. There you have it, the F3H. I'm sorry for my lack of enthusiasm, as well as my commentary today. I don't have much to say about this thing, and I'm kind of busy, so my mind is on something else entirely. I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. Next I'm going to be either flying the R2Y2, which I actually got a 9 kill game in, or the LA-15, on which I clutched a 1v6 in a 9.3 game. Still deciding on what to do. I'm very busy, so for the next week don't expect too many videos, but I'm still going to be trying to keep up at least once a week, and after that we'll see where we go. And again, hope you enjoyed it. Have a nice day, and I will see you very soon. Also enjoy my F3H bouncing in the hangar. I'm not entirely sure why it does that, but it's kind of funny nonetheless. See y'all later, and have a good one.